Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about weekly news and review for July 27th, 2025. Now, this is going to be a different kind of a week because of the fact that we do have SDCC dominating a lot of this, including Transformers. There's a Hong Kong toy show which is showing a lot of stuff, and I'm going to try not to double dip and show the same stuff we've been seeing a lot of times or the same stuff at both shows. So I'm trying to pick and choose from both of those. So a lot of Transformer stuff, Transformer heavy. If you want to see some other stuff, watch my video from yesterday. But I do have other things that aren't Transformers on this agenda. Now, one giant thing, which I'm trying to get back to talking about in this video, but I may not, is Warbow. They're going to continue the Crystar in Marvel Legends. That's the biggest news out of Marvel Legends. Everything else seemed kind of like redundant, but this is pretty awesome, and I'm very, very excited for it. Hopefully they can give us the whole 9 figures. Come on, guys, you can do that. And then Mondo's doing King of the Hill figures. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And in fact, I am going to have to probably do some more research and get a little more information and put more of this stuff in next week's video. And then we've got Super Friends Wave 2, some really good looking ones. Now, this is all based on the same kind of style as the Batman 66. If you don't like those figures, you might be disappointed in these, but I'm perfectly fine. I don't need hyper articulation. We've got Origins cartoon version, Princess of Power, She-Ra, and her horse. That's pretty fun right there. We've got, hey, the best time to see Wave 2 of any toy line, including these guys here, is when you haven't seen Wave 1 yet and have no idea how good these are. And then we've got some continuation of Target exclusive Simpsons figures, which are a lot of fun. A lot of different things going on there. Then there's some Star Wars roundup. I did cover Star Wars yesterday, but I'm going to touch on some key points for some of these exclusives and stuff according to yakface.com, and a whole lot more coming up. All right, starting out with what's new in Show Z, there's Hammer Toys, Transformers Galaxy Force, Galaxy Convoy. Not knowing a lot about this, but they call this scale size others. I believe it's more like Chug scale. Chug is ruggish, and it's going to be out fourth quarter of 2025. $1 down. Not much more information about it. If you're interested in this, it looks pretty good. This one here actually looks really interesting. This one is the Ludisheng SP316 Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Sentinel Prime, and it is 12.4 inches tall, so it is big. You could put this with your Masterpiece collection. I do not believe it transforms. I think it's kind of like with the YOLO Park 9 transforming stuff, that kind of size and scale, and it looks really good. I don't know the price on it just yet. $1 down, and it should be releasing late August 2025. X-Transbots showcasing their X-Transbots MX44 Gravedigger, the next component of their really fantastic looking set of Constructicons to build the Devastator. This one should be the standard one, not the toy one, even though it does have back metal, which is starting to get confusing on how they pick and choose the back metal on this. I'm excited for this, looking forward to this. This is the halfway point of completing their Devi, and with that, I'm not a fan of those legs. Tread style legs, not a fan, but the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm warming up to it. Doesn't mean I like it, I'm just warming up to it. But we'll see when I get mine. Mine is actually on the way, shipping out soon. And here's the first 3 we've gotten so far, looking pretty good overall. And yeah, with that, this is a good set. And if you are thinking about having a set in bot mode, this might be your set. Anyway, I'll have that eventually, probably the next week or two, and do a review on that one. Looking forward to it. Packaging art for the next one is going to be Razor. And so we're moving along fast with this set, and making me think that we're going to be getting that one probably by the end of the year. Probably that one. Hey, we could almost finish this thing by the end of the year, but we will not finish it by the end of the year. But we might get pretty close. We might get 5 members. It's possible. But there's packaging art. I actually saw another one that had several packaging arts on it. I don't know what I did. I didn't get that picture, but it does kind of make a continuous flow of art. We've got the Missing Link Police Car Cordon. Not Cordon Bleu, but Cordon is a recolor of the Sun Streaker, and looks pretty good. It's pretty exciting. It's kind of fun. Seeing these pictures makes me think it's getting pretty close to this getting released, with people having pictures of this already. So next solid evolutionary step makes me even more excited. So this isn't my favorite character, and neither is the Sunstreaker. I still like them, but I'm more interested in what they can do with the Dotson brothers, the Wheeljack, and all those kind of things. So that's what I get excited for. That's why this release is so important. It's sort of what you would say is pivotal. This is all brought to you by Shadow Maru 00, and there's another picture right here, just kind of showcasing what can be done with your Sunstreaker there. You can spread them. You couldn't spread them back at the finish line, and now this is going to be so much fun. Kind of like with Nacelle with the mask, or not Nacelle, the loyal subject of their mask vehicles and figures and all stuff. It's going to be crispy and new, and all the chromes will look great. And my used vintage versions of these Transformers, I got them like $5 back in the day, kind of beat up. So it's nice to have minty, crisp, fresh new ones and additional articulation. And there is a Robots GT video, and this is his screenshot, his screen grab for the video showing the upgrade. But he doesn't have the third member of this, but these are for the MPU for the knockoff Conehead figures, and it's just kind of fun to get to see in hand. So it looks like you get a light gray for one, and then the other two just kind of get black, and they look good. It works. It fills the gap that I didn't really even know was an issue until I saw the upgrade kit, and I was like, once I saw the upgrade kit, I couldn't unsee that it really needs to be put on there. And I think you need to take them off for transformation, but again, the review's not really in English. But these can get found exclusively at Shozi Store if you use a TH and the Support Your Reviewer code, or any other place that carries them. Any other place. Preferably Shozi. So we're getting more pictures this week of the Steg Sorrow that is a standard scale. It's like a chug scale, chuggish in a way. Not sure why we're getting more pictures of this week, but here it goes. And again, it shows you the one on the left versus the Masterpiece. And for chug scale, it's huge. It's a big chug scale one. And then the Dino mode. And I do believe, from looking at these pictures, they do the same thing that they did going from Legends to Masterpiece. Completely different transformation. They are not just upscales. They probably do share some engineering to a point, but way different. Oddly enough, they are way different. I'd kind of try to share more engineering, or share more parts. But then again, they have to make new molds anyway, so why do they need to be exactly the same? Got a couple of Legends things to talk about. Out of all the pictures, I've looked at thousands of pictures this week, and this is the coolest picture in my opinion, my mind. This photo is by Grunt, and it's congruent with the fact that it looks really nice. And I believe that Devastator is the New Age Devastator, because it's definitely not Magic Square. And my New Age one has the green thighs, so it's kind of like doesn't immediately tick that it's the New Age one. But anyway, this is the Craftsman Toys DJS02 Tactical Order Combiner team, and this is how far along it's going to be when we get the next two in the mail, the next set. And so with that, I'm pretty excited about this, getting this team done. And like it feels like once you get this next 2-pack, will they sell the last one in a 2-pack? And could we just get it done? Like, I've got it paid for and it should be on its way. It'd be nice to get this thing done and completed and finitoed. But anyway, I think it looks great. And again, I want to state this, that it can be a little more stylized for this character, to me personally, because of the fact that when I look at Computron, it's not as it has a lot going on and a lot less clean lines than other ones. And putting it next to Devastator's got a lot of clean lines. This one has a lot of angles and things going on with it, and it works. Plus, these are not based on real world vehicles or space vehicles. Lots of reasons. Still, it looks fantastic. I do want to say that this past week I did review the Aldi figures, and for $10, $12 figures, whatever in that price range, they are phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm not advocating for you to start a new scale, a new line, because not everybody wants that. And I do believe, like, that Megatron on the left there is going to have a premium paint job. It's going to be $36, but you get the 6-pack for $66 or something like that of the non-premium paint job ones. I'm looking forward to Wave 2. So a lot of this is Wave 2 mixed in with some of the Wave 1 figures. I am definitely impressed. I look forward to this. This is really what Red should have been when Hasbro rolled it out. These kill the Red figures. They destroy it, and it's better than what Yellow Park was doing in the scale. So with all of that, I look forward to Wave 2, and you can get both of them on Show Z right now. Galaxy Toys makes stuff that's sub-legend scale, and this is the Mini Statue 09 Law Enforcement Team. This looks fantastic. I might bite on it, not for the butts though, for the alt mode, if I can get an alt mode picture. I think there is an alt mode picture, but it's kind of cool to have more than one set of these the reflectors, or the, I keep wanting to call them Opticlones, but that's actually one of the third-party names for them, but they're just clones, and there's a lot of background characters, as if my shelf needs background character. You'll see it eventually in a video, but there it is. It looks good, looks great, and I'm just curious exactly how small this is, how it scales next to what we've seen before, like with Magic Square. So as soon as I see this, I'm going to go ahead and pre-order this. I think I will get this set, as long as it's not stupid expensive for being like 2.5-inch figures. Alright, so I think it's time to start the conventions. I didn't really want to, I wanted to get kind of like normal stuff out of the way, and then if it's going to be included in these convention pictures, I didn't really want to include too much, other than the missing link is going to be in here, but it's important the way they've displayed it. This is the Yellow Park AMK Pro Series stuff, and I am going to get that Optimus Prime, because the last night, first off, people like trash the movie. It's fine. It's fine. You can trash the movie. It's probably not the greatest one in the world. I understand all that. But it's a cool Prime, and shell out $60 to get a decent looking one that's going to be made well, have some die cast. I don't see a problem with it. And then next to him there, I just kind of forget the name of the samurai character. We've got some more of these AMK Pro series. We're going to get an official Bumblebee, and then we're going to get the Bumblebee movie Cliff Jumper. Or is that a Bumblebee? I don't know. Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee. Looks like a Black Arachnia back there. A lot of really good stuff that's going on here. I am excited for it. I will be in on the AMK. I'm all in on AMK Pro Series for G1, as long as they're G1 characters. I think that are important and we need them. And I will get offshoots like that Prime. Look at this Beast Wars. I'm not a huge Beast Wars fan, but I love the show, and the more it looks like the show, like this literally is exactly walking out of the show. The Masterpiece Takara stuff looked great, but if it doesn't have to transform, it's that little bit better that it's like, man, I'm a sucker. Got sucker written on my forehead. Let me pre-order this stuff. But this doesn't say Pro, so these are going to be the lower price point, which is smart, really smart, because not everybody's going to want to fork out $60. Get them for the $30 or $35 or whatever it's going to cost. Very, very, very smart with the Beast Wars. These Yellow Park with the AMK stuff, they know what they're doing. This is also, I believe this is still Yellow Park. I think this is the bigger one, the deluxe. But I don't 100% know. Don't 100% know. This is Transformers 1 Megatron with theirs, and with that, like, here's the way I view it. I am going to pick and choose and grab one. I might get this, just because I do not like the extra long legs in the Transformers 1 designs, and that is modern animation. That's what the targeting the kiddos animation looks like this day and age. But yeah, it's not something I'm really all after. But here's a nice shot of all the stuff going on right there. A lot of really great stuff. I'm not gonna be 100% in on this. Partially on it. What's that Fimbot? Is that an RC? Is that another RC? Looks good. Then we're getting in with more. They're just doing so much here. Some of this base stuff, I'm gonna pick and choose, get one or two. Not in on all of it. Those designs never really appealed to me so much. I know it brought a lot of collectors into the collecting community and made them remember, oh, I love the G1, or hey, I love just this, and that's fine. Whatever you like, what you like, it's great. But I'm gonna pick and choose. I'll probably get primes, which is so generic, right? Just go after the primes. Probably get a Shockwave. I mean, it's hard to not get a Shockwave. The Bumblebee designs are a nice mix between G1 and Bayverse in a way. And so this stuff looks good. And then going the AMK route is a better, lower expense way to go. Since the way it's set up, I've got some pictures from one event, some pictures from another event, and then going back to SDCC. And anyway, this is the ACGHK show. They really take it serious, and there's a lot of cosplay and stuff going on. It looks like they have a great time up there, and yeah, that's nice. And here we go with some of the things I just want to point out. That's Alpha Trion on the right. You're going to see another Alpha Trion that's not really Alpha Trion, but they're calling it Alpha Trion, but we'll see that in a little while. But they went all out with the scenes and the display, and of course this is Superion. I did get my Commander class Superion in. I'm going to be doing a pickups video on Monday or Tuesday, and I've got things to say about that. They're showing up at Target, so you might be better off getting it at Target. Why do they show up on the week you don't get the 10 off of 40 or whatever toy coupon? I don't know. I think it's all planned. They plan all that. Toys Walkers taking these pictures, I guess. So excellent job taking the pictures, and excellent to whoever set these up. So I mean, these Prime figures, they look great in this setting and display. This is the MPG. Is it called 09? But it's the dark version, the Nemesis version, which I'm on the fence on getting. And in all reality, I probably should have gotten it. I don't know. It's a good looking figure though. And then we are getting into kind of a mix of what they did with sort of, they call them the Origins. I'm not exactly sure what they're calling them with the Takara releases, but it's the Cybertronian vehicle modes of all of these. And I'm so glad they made them. My son has all of them, excited. He has fun with them. And I am excited and have fun with them. I like to watch that first episode every once in a while. But mixing into the Missing Link stuff, here we go with some Missing Link. And I'm stoked about RC. I think that's the most important release of this because it's a figure, a prototype we've been talking about. At least I've been talking about it for 7 years on the channel. So we've all been talking about this. And it's nice to actually get it. And to make it better than what would have been. What would have been would have actually sucked. And would have been like a terrible version of the vintage Blur. That's what it would have been in all reality. Here's that new masterpiece, like it's the Prime version 4, and it's supposed to have a mix of all the different elements. And at first I was like, it's like put up a cross and, oh no, keep that away from me, I need some holy water, keep that away, I don't want to buy it. But it's starting to grow on me. I might actually buy it. I don't know. It's just, I feel like we've already gotten the epitome of the best Primes, and then this is going backwards. But it does look pretty good. It looks tough. I mean, that's the word that describes it. It looks tough. And then you've got to have that rat trap. Gotta have rat trap. Mouse trap? Mouse trap. This is going to be their Predaking, and it looks fantastic. This is another one. Me, personally, I'm okay with a stylized Predaking, but I do kind of feel like the one we had before, and I'm losing my mind on knowing the name of that one. But that one, there was a super stylized one that it just didn't talk to me. This talks to me. The one it's not talking to me, though, is too small. And for my display, I'm away for a bigger one, because it's the same size as their the Power Primes. Was it Power Primes when they made it? The Titan class one. It's about the same size, maybe even smaller than that one. And that one was Super G1. They're showing off the Synergenics here and the crossover. It's cool. I'm not getting it, though. If you want it, then you can get one and enjoy it. Let me know. Seriously, if I say I'm not getting it, don't let it spoil your fun. I want to hear how much fun you had with it. They're showcasing some of these 13 Primes, Power Prime stuff they got going on here. And there is a true blue, real Alpha Trion on the bottom there. I think that's what I want the most out of this, is the Alpha Trion. All right, this picture here. This is a very, very important picture. They're not all this important, but this one's important. We were wondering, what are they going to do with an Ultra Magnus? Will we get a trailer? That looks like Missing Link to me. I could be wrong. It could be the scaled down Missing Link they put for $25 in Deluxe. And then, okay, that's great. I'm happy. But I sure do hope we get a trailer with Missing Link. And what that is the Hasbro Takara Deluxe scaled down Missing Link version that's $25 on the aisle. And if that, then I'll be great. Please give us the trailer. I mean, $125 or something, or $140, but to get it with the trailer, we need that for the Ultra Magnus. Looking at the G2 Dinobots, getting them all recolored. Now that we don't officially have them, but we will by the end of the year. September, we are supposed to have the Grimlock. And Grimlock is case pack with the Megatron. And the Megatron, my Megatron I pre-ordered for BBTS, is supposed to be showing up soon. So that means Grimlocks should show up soon. And I ordered 2, so my son can have one. So it's gonna be a flood. That's 60, 60, 60, right? 60 times 3. But these look great. Let's get into standard Grimlock. They have to throw that in there. Reissue. That's fantastic. They've needed to do this, and you know what? It's been a long time coming, and that's great. I think. Where was I? Anyway, I picked up an extra one. And I kept the better one with the better box and took the worst box back. And that's how back in the day. And I was like, well, maybe I should have held on to it. But here is the Snarl? Flag? Oh, Slag. It's got to be Slag. I mean, you can't call them Slug. Not allowed to. It's not authorized. There's the Grimlock. There's the Megatron. And the Devastator. All the Constructicons were almost done. All I'm going to need is Mixmaster, and I'm done. I got them. Sick Fork it. Got them all. Got the rest of them. So Mixmaster's starting to show up at retail, and I'll snag mine. I think I got it pre-ordered at BBTS. Not sure, but that's the last component. Then I'll have that, and that's really all I'm doing with Hasbro's combiners and the few one-offs. Here we go with another picture. I'm trying to figure out what this is. The deluxe. Is this Yellow Park? No, 3-0. 3-0 putting out some stuff. Their show right there. Then we've got right here with some more MDLX. Now their MDLX line, here's what I want to say about 3-0 and their MDLX line. I have picked up the Sideswipe and the G2 Megatron, and I've picked up a few of these just so I can talk about them. They're a little smaller than AMK Pro, but the colors pop. The paint is phenomenal. It is exactly what I want for paint. And with that, they're great, but they are stylized. Here we go with some more of these characters here. And this is some of the live action stuff that they're making. And I still think this is this is still 3-0 doing their stuff. I don't think these are all the way done. I don't know why none of these are painted at all. Now I think we're back to day 2. Yeah, no, still day 1. Okay, anyway, it's another coverage of San Diego Comic-Con, and I wanted to put in this Brawn, so we're going to be getting the cartoon and recolor of Brawn. And yeah, I know you can go get them for $10 at Ollie's, or you can get the cartoon, the toy version. Sorry, toy version. Cartoon one already came out, and it's a good figure. It's a good figure. If you missed it before, you don't want to go drive all the way to Ollie's to spend $10. This is a good way to get it for $25. And then all new mold for Sea Spray, and it might even be better than Fans Toys. Why aren't you laughing? That's funny. Anyway, we get to see these helmets. They are small. They're $25 for these tiny little helmets. That's what they turn into. So you can kind of see side by side. Their deluxe price at I don't know, core class scale. I don't know. This is a nice little picture. It shows the Lyle Kaiser, the HasLab, and then it's got the Lego Soundwave, and they look fantastic. I just can't handle the Legos. I can't do that. I can't do no more Legos, man. Did a Voltron and it ended me. I'm done. San Diego Comic-Con, this is the statue. Premium Collectible Studio One statue. This is like a $2,000 or something like that. I remember $2,600 or something. I remember having the number when I first talked about this, but let me tell you this. When I was looking at these, my eye went to this picture first. So there's something to be said about these statues. Like, my eye went to it out of all the pictures in this little grouping. And I was like, what is going on with this Devastator? I was hoping it was one that was actually, a real action figure, but it looks fantastic. MDLX Cliff Jumper, comic book edition. I don't know. They're coming up with another reason to paint it a little bit more closer to G1, I guess. But comic book still. I'm trying not to show all the exact same stuff that we've seen before and other things. This one I haven't seen this ramjet painted up and looking this good. I think we've seen the grayscale prototype, but this looks fantastic painted up. And then this here, I mean, this is, so we're getting so much, like 3.0, and this is the, I'm not exactly sure we call it the Rise of the Beast. Optimus Primal is my belief on this, but looking really good for the character. And then I think this is the Deluxe, 3.0 Deluxe, but good stuff. Now this is the Titan class, and we're going to have more pictures, so I have a whole other grouping of pictures, but this is the real world product. So this isn't completely done, it's still prototype, but a Titan Grimlock from the movies. And, you know, it's kind of like this. I've heard from everybody that the last night product, there was very little that dripped out, very little stuff made. And the stuff I have, I got a clearance for like $6 each. So I have very little myself. And then I wasn't even surprised. I was like, yeah, this movie's been out for like 6 months and now they're clearancing everything. And then moving on. So now they're like, we're going to go ahead and go full force because there are people that want that product. And there it is. Here's it in bot mode. There's not a full-on bot mode. You'll see that in a little bit, though, with the renders. But I prefer looking at the actual product more than renders. But I still have like a smash and grab one. Like a smash one. It's ginormous, too. So, Friday, I was talking about Wind Charger. And I was like, I know where's the newest one. Everywhere I could look, the newest one I found was Power of the Primes. And I was like, I know there's a newer one in the works. But then my mind has been so cluttered with thousands of pictures and names and characters and figures and 100 different toy lines that I just couldn't quite figure this out. But here it is. Here it is. And I tried to not do Transformers anything for yesterday's video. So here is the... I guess what are they calling this one here? It is the Studio Series version. And it looks good. It's deluxe. It's going to be $25 price point. It looks good. Does it look great? Well, Fans Toys is still better. Okay, there we go. Does that make anyone feel better? Don't know what the blast effects are. I guess look like take a shot. So are we going to get a dead version of this guy? I mean, that'd be kind of cool. I remember seeing RC Dragon as corpse. What do you call a corpse? It's scrap metal. Was that a Transformer corpse is scrap metal, right? Now, this one here, and I think they call this one Thundercracker. I'm looking at this hard, and I really feel like it's redesigned for the ground up. This does not feel like Earthrise. It feels a little different. I mean, doesn't feel like light years different, but a little different. And for it to be in like a red prototype, makes me think there's something going on. Here's all these figures. We're going to see renders of all these, but they've got a few things going on here. It's kind of fun. And we've got the Sure Shot figure, which looks great. And here's the real figure. We're also going to see the renders, and I think the renders actually look even better than the real stuff. But these are still prototype stage. So this is Quick Strike. There's now 3 Quick Strikes. So there's going to be 2 Masterpiece ones, and then this one. So Quick Strike. And then they're working on their Bruticus, and Bruticus is victorious. We're going to see a lot more of this stuff coming down the road. Here's the real prototype picture of the bot mode of the Titan class. And I'm going to tell you this, as big as it is, you're going to probably put it next to, say, a Metroplex. It's going to look small next to Metroplex. But it's going to look big next to Leader Class figures. So you can have a Leader Class Prime right it. That's that. All right, here we go with the crossover. I am not in on this. I do not like this. I do not condone what's going on here. Some people are going to love it, though. I mean, that's great. Enjoy it. Don't let me kill your fun. I'm not buying this. I'm not supporting this. It's like I'm crossovered out. And yeah, but I did get some Thundercats crossovers for only $20 at Target. Plus you get 5% off with your red card. So looking at that, like that crossover, I might finish if I find them all at Target. If not, I'm not going to cry. This, well, here it is. If they're only $20 at Target, I might get one. I don't know. I don't really want this. I want to not want it. I don't want more crossovers. it's not. I don't like it. The crossover with G.I. Joe, you get an O-ring figure and you get a Joe vehicle, and you get some sort of transformer out of it. I mean, most people are gonna have it in the Joe vehicle anyway. I don't see the point of this. All right, last bit of the slideshow for Transformers is going to be. This is the Void Rivals Jetfire, Darak, and Solila. And this is exclusive. A good reason to put out a good figure again in super bright white instead of that it's kind of like an off-white that they have been running. And so this looks fantastic. I'm not in on it though. As much as I like Jetfire, I've got enough of that mold. This is the Hearts of Steel 2-pack, and yeah, it looks cool. It's interesting. It's beat to death. We've seen lots of pictures of it already, but it should be up for pre-order. I believe that's up. I believe all the stuff they're trying to show is either up for pre-order or coming up pre-order. This is the Armada, Nemesis Prime, and Air Defense Minicons. So that looks pretty good. Well, okay, maybe this isn't up for pre-order, but if you're in on this, you get to put your Minicons together. We've been seeing a lot of Fans Hobby showing us how that stuff works. I was confused about this at first until I saw this slide. Now it all makes sense. These are classic Hot Wheels, but they transform into Transformers. This makes sense. At first I was just like scratching my head, like, what? Why are they doing this? But when it's in this context, and I remember seeing those Hot Wheels back in the day, like, okay, now I get it. Now I get it. Better shot of Deluxe Sure Shot, both modes. I love these shots, money shots, because they're both modes. Good character too. I think they've already made them, but this one's better. And then we've got Blast Off, Deluxe Blast Off. That works. Nice looking figure overall. Both modes, and alt mode looking good would contribute to another great looking combined mode. Deluxe Junkion Jalopy. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we've got this figure in a different color edition, but I might be wrong. I did not watch the presentation, the live stream, so I'm just kind of rolling with what we see here, and it looks great. If you want a nice Junkion shelf, they're giving you Junkion's options. Let's sticking on the Junkion thing, because they just took the Rekar mold and kind of redid it into 3 different ones, and those just sat. I guess they're thinking less of a risk at a $25 price point to put something else out called a Junkion. That's what I'm thinking. Deluxe Quick Strike. The varmint, I can knock out that varmint. Good looking figure overall. Way better than the vintage one. Deluxe Quintus Prime. I don't like the look of this. It's maybe there's some transparency to it. Maybe there's light in there or something, but it just looks weird. I don't know. But maybe hey, maybe weird is good. Maybe something way different is good. Oh man, I'm back to Earth again. Voyager Brawl. This feels right. Voyager class $35 Brawl. Part of that combiner. I am in on that combiner too. I'm in on the combiners and offshoots. This one is the Voyager Rekar. I think this is from like an animation. Maybe it's a Prime or something. Some of the animation. Not up on that. Age of the Primes. And then we've got Voyager Amalgamous Prime, which they showed this, but it wasn't this coloration, so I believe it's prototype. And I didn't show that picture of I just didn't know what was going on with that, but it's an amalgamation of stuff. Leader Razor Claw. So if you like that, then you are going to like that. It's kind of feels a lot like Silverbolt, except it's Razor Claw. Then Leader Big Convoy. I do remember this from the vintage line, and feel like they just made one of these not too long ago, but here we go. And then we got Commander Onslaught. So Commander Class Onslaught, just render, still in the works. I understand that. Then there's Deluxe TF1 Arachnid. So it's like a spider-ish looking thing. Turns into a plane. I watched the movie. I just don't remember this character very well. Deluxe Transformers 5 Barricade. So that you should get yourself a barricade. There's Transformers 1 Barricade. Well, where's that at? I know a lot of people need this Transformers 5 stuff. Now this is a colored render. I believe this is a render of the 86 Wind Charger for Studio Series, and it looks good. It's better than the Power of the Primes one, and I love the alt mode. I love the alt mode. I love Fans Toys alt mode. I like the cartoon alt modes. Voyager Transformers 1 Alpha Trion, looking pretty good overall. Like that clear stuff that's on it, but this is not my Alpha Trion, so it is what it is. And I guess I need to go sit through it. This is a redone Thundercracker for 86 Studio Series? Have they redone it, or is it slight remold? I don't know. But if you look at the legs, and you don't have to have the rear fins clip. Yeah. So anyway, no fins on the legs. Leader Transformers 5 Nemesis Prime. We're getting into this stuff here. Was Transformers 5 last night? Yeah, last night. And it looks good. Very little of this product was ever made. And then Titan Transformers 4 Grimlock. And there it goes. I will not be getting this Titan class Grimlock, by the way. I like to be transparent on that kind of stuff. But it is phenomenally better than the other one they put out, which is probably going to be the same size that I have already. And I got that on ultra clearance. ultra clearance. Alright, so getting on to some other stuff here. We have got the Playmates Tnnt Sewer Lair up on Amazon right now. It's Amazon exclusive for $75 pre-order. And it looks good. It looks a lot like the original. I believe it's going to be 10% smaller. Actually, it feels like everything they're making now is 10% smaller than vintage. So 10% smaller. I think that's what's going on here. The Foot Cruiser is also up. I'll get a picture. I'll try to plug that in here. But it's sold out. So this is 75. Foot Cruiser is 32 or 33, and it's sold out. Currently unavailable pre-orders. But don't fret. If any of the stuff sells out, it always comes back on Amazon, and that's the way it seems. But I do want to say the Foot Cruiser looks more flat, matte, and less shiny than the vintage. That might be the same for all these. All right, cleaning up some stuff here. This is the Warbow from Crystar. You see at the very bottom there, this is what is Crystar Warbow. Comic book based Iron Man Mark 72 armor. Don't care. World War II era Logan. That's probably kind of cool. Phantom Rider, Avengers, Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I don't really care. And Werewolf by Night, Enchantress, but Crystar Warbow. I think they could do them all. And that would be awesome. That would be awesome if they could do them all. Fantastic. And I don't care if they use Crystar's buck and just repaint it for every one of the clear ones. If all we get are the whole cast of clear ones, I'd be stoked. Absolutely stoked. By the way, this Warbow goes for like $100 complete on eBay. Alright, so we've got Treehouse of Terror, Horrors. These are Target exclusive Simpsons figures, which have been very simple to get. Very easy to get. Just walk into pretty much any Target, they're hanging there. So that's really great. And so with that, these exclusives, but they are a little more expensive. So that's the downside. The price is the downside to that, but still pretty cool overall. Wave 2 of Super Friends is popping up. This is a Toyman, which I don't really know much about Toyman, but he's got his own little Superman, which is kind of cool. But again, remember, these are based on the Batman 66 style figures, not a lot of articulation. I mean, we're talking McFarlane. Very classic Flash figure, which I like. I like how they did this, and looks good. Am I in on all of these? I might be. Just because they're like, the more classic they look, the more I want them. The more modern, and the less I want them. So yeah, it looks good. I like to stick with the vintage. This one is Cold something or another. I'm flying solo here. My tabs crashed on TNI News, and I'm not going to try to pull it back up. I got the pictures already, so. Anyway, this is Cheetah. I think this is a very bright colored, good-looking Cheetah. Some of the other ones made in the past probably have better articulation than this, but I know that a lot of people make a big deal about the Cheetah character, the Cheetah figure, and she looks good. Definitely. Another chance to get her at a decent price. So Mezco has these figures up for pre-order for the first. There's a Batmobile for $89, and then there's some 5POA figures they're going to be making. And they're reasonably priced, I guess you could say. $60 for 3 figures, makes them 20 each. But they look good, and you expect Mezco to be a little bit better than the average company that's out there, but we don't even know yet. And they're already showing Wave 2. I would like to see Wave 1 arrive eventually. But this is fun. Kind of feels like the Toy Biz days. Like they're doing the Toy Biz stuff, but it looks good. I'll probably definitely be in on these. So I gotta be careful when I talk about this stuff. Say the right things, Mike. But NECA, when they made the Universal Monsters, I did get a Frankenstein, and I like it. It's all right. But the more I looked at it, I thought I really want Munsters, Herman Munster, the Munsters family. Like I don't really want to go after the classic Dracula and Wolfman and all that kind of stuff. I wanted the Munsters. That was just my thought. And I thought, but you're never going to get that, so I'll buy this stuff. And then I stopped buying it because it wasn't doing it for me. But I'm going to be in on this probably because this is what I wanted. I was thinking it'd be awesome. You get Grandpa, and you get Herman, and that's the first two they're starting out with. So pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what more they do with it. But Ultimate Grandpa, 7-inch scale, and Ultimate Herman. There's an absolute ton. Just an absolute ton of stuff shown for Turtles. I'm not going to go into all that. Other people are covering all that, and I'll probably cover a few more things as it comes out. But this is Donatello. What do they call this one? I think a cyborg Donatello, something like that. Anyhow, it is interesting, different. I always wondered how they keep this going, and now we know. And knowing is half the battle. The other half of the battle is either paying for it or fighting off the urge to buy it. All right, I want to touch on this She-Ra cartoon with Swiftwind. Looks good. They've done a great job on this set. Not 100% sure about like pricing and availability on it, but it does look really good. And with that, there's going to be more stuff coming. This is a picture via Pixel Dan. And Pixel Dan is, I got to say, killing it with these conventions. But he always has, so that's no surprise there. But we're also going to see Panther Man, Lion-O, like an upgraded Lion-O. We're going to see an upgraded Panther, which I prefer the first one versus the second one. And then the She-Ra and Swiftwind. It's kind of, I think, all the stuff that they showed there, the Lion-O and all that. But more stuff coming to this Thundercats line. I'm only in on it if I can find it for a good price at good old Target. I did cover World War II stuff in my yesterday's video, so go check that one out if you haven't yet. I just don't want to waste too much time on stuff I've already talked about, so we're getting on to other things. All right, so I do want to discuss this. There's two things from yesterday that I want to touch back on. If you missed this, don't freak out. If you go to Pulse, there's a timer counting down to the 1st. It's like let's get this hot July over with and get into a hot August. But it's timer counting down. August 1st, you're going to be able to buy this. Again, get the opportunity. It will probably sell out again. Don't say, oh, I got all day. You got to be there right when it's up, and you might get it within an hour. Well, it might be an hour till it sells out. It might be 30 seconds again. I don't know. But you have another option, another opportunity. It's a great set. And I got to tell you, I heard a lot of people saying they didn't think this would sell out. That nobody would want this. That the very few people would want this. And lots of people want it. So there's a lot of talk about what's going on with this. This is like there's a Janine figure that's going to be coming out for Mondo. They're going to be doing Janine next. They're doing this monster, and it's going to go with the next Ghostbuster, which I'm not keeping up with which one I've pre-ordered already. I don't even know. Head spinning on that one, but the ghosts are really where the line shines. Yes, you can make Peter Venkman look good. It's possible. But the ghosts are the thing that's never been made before and probably never will get made again. And I missed out on one of them, so I'm like, gotta bite that bullet and pay like that $220 to get these now. It's crazy expensive, but if you don't get them for $220, then, I mean, what's the aftermarket gonna be on these? Wow. Yeah, third thing, I don't like these crossovers. But Turtles versus Godzilla, like, someone's gonna love it somewhere, I'm sure. But it's not for me at all. Not at all. Star Wars News Roundup real quick. Just gonna finish this video off with some Star Wars. And there's a lot to talk about, but I'm gonna go through it as fast as I can. First off, the HasLab, I'm not showing it. I'm not gonna bother getting a picture of it. I'm not in on it because it's not my era. But I feel like $450 is still too much for for something you used to be able to buy for $128. So I mean, I'm not a huge fan of that concept of making it slightly bigger, a little more stuff, and then triple the price. So it's not me. And if it was like a Sandcrawler and they're like $450 and it's not much better than what Disney already put out, it's like, well, okay, I'm not in on that. But anyhow, there's pre-orders coming up. Vintage Collection Han Solo, Entertainment Earth and Amazon's where you can get those. Chewbacca, Entertainment Earth and Amazon. Shock Trooper, Entertainment Earth and Amazon. And Wave 24 case assortment with Han, Chewie, Obi-Wan, Kenobi, Stormtrooper, Shock Trooper, Entertainment Earth. Now, Black Series, The Stranger. What is The Stranger? Whatever The Stranger is, Entertainment Earth and Amazon. Wave 4 gets The Stranger, Sand Trooper, Lieutenant Galley, Anakin Skywalker, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and all from Rise of the Sky. What? Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith version. And then Jango Fett, Entertainment Earth and Amazon. Asajj Ventress, Entertainment Earth and Amazon. And Wave 5 case assortments, Entertainment Earth. Now, Anakin Skywalker, Captain Rex 2-pack, Hasbro Pulse. Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker 2-pack, Hasbro Pulse. And they've got these two sets that are here. I want to say this. So on the left, I think is Black Series. On the right is Vintage Collection. So with this, I was really upset that they were not going to include the original trilogy head for Anakin, and they're doing that. They are actually including an extra head, so you can swap it out and have it like a classic, or you can have it the prequels, or the remakes, or the the whatever, the A New Hope on in, or you can have it the original way that we all remember it. So either way, they're not showing it in this picture, but I did see that in these thousands of pictures I was looking at, and I thought that kind of restored a little bit of hope for me in the Star Wars line. Shout out to a passing of a Titan. I have to say, I did not follow wrestling, professional wrestling, when I was a kid. I didn't care about wrestling as a kid. I don't really collect it so much as an adult. I have a Hulk Hogan figure. And this Wednesday, I'm going to do the toy line that actually included him in it in the 80s. So with all of that, it's one of those things. I went to Walmart, and I found 2 Hulk Hogan figures just chilling on pegs. And it's interesting that stuff, people are probably going to be buying it up now that he's passed. I don't know, but passing of a Titan did a lot for the sport, and it is what it is. But let me know what you think about this week's weekly news in review. Like and subscribe to Deer Hanger out.